Over the next 60 minutes, as we wait for the election results to unravel thick and fast tomorrow, we will take a deep dive on the exit poll numbers and their counters as far as the southern states are concerned.
That's right. Vasudha and I will go state by state with our special panel. But first up this evening, the top political story of the moment, Vasudha. The Election Commission has refused to grant additional time to Congress leader Jairam Ramesh to back his claims that attempts were made to influence 150 district magistrates and collectors ahead of the June 4th vote count in the Lok Sabha elections.
In fact, Jairam Ramesh was asked by ECI to submit a factual analysis and details by Sunday evening of the allegations that he had raised. In fact, he had posted on X about all these charges against the EC. In fact, Ramesh wrote to EC on Monday seeking a week more to submit his response. I have my colleague Sunil Prabhu joining us. Sunil, yet another flashpoint between the BJP and Congress with the ECI at the center of it, and all of this happening on the day when the EC unprecedentedly held a press conference one day before elections. Tell us, what is this new thing all about with the Congress party?
Well, as of now, as you can, you have to see the response of the Election Commission. They've taken a very serious view on that allegation that has been made by Mr. Jairam Ramesh, wanting him to substantiate. He's been given time till now. The deadline has passed, and we'll have to wait for a confirmation from him whether he has submitted his response to the Election Commission or not, and what action they plan to take, or how do they respond to that rejoinder of his. Having said that, it's in the Mr. Jairam Ramesh had written to the Election Commission saying that he does not want to put state government officials in jeopardy who had disclosed those details. But nevertheless, the Election Commission has said that in its report to the Election Commission from DMs, there has been no such reporting of any alleged intimidation or undue influence that has been done, because this has a bearing on the counting as well as on a free and fair election. So the Election Commission has taken a serious view and wants this to be sorted out once and for all. As you've seen today, they came out very strongly against the opposition narrative, and it's in this backdrop the Election Commission wants to come clean. Ever since, of course, as you've seen, there have been ups and downs, trials and tribulations for the Election Commission during this entire election period. There have been a lot of allegations and counter-allegations. And ultimately, the fact of the matter, as he pointed out, is that the Election Commission has been able to conduct a free and fair election with 642 million people casting their ballots.
As you make that point, Sunil, the BJP has gone on an offensive. What really can the Election Commission do now in terms of action?
Well, there are a lot of things that they can do in terms of censure. The Model Code of Conduct, even though it isn't written in law, it is validated by Article 324, and there's a number of Supreme Court judgments which have been given. So they have the various paths to take. The question is, can they single out only Jairam Ramesh? Then the opposition will say, what about the others? Why did you take action with the others? And so those are some things that will happen, but definitely all paths with the Election Commission in terms of what they want to do and how they want to go about that process.
Right. Thank you, Sunil Prabhu, for joining us with those details. Fireworks between the Congress party and the ECI just a day ahead of the elections. Back to discussions on the exit poll numbers. Veera, in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, most exit polls have predicted between 1 to 4 seats for the BJP, which is surprising and which is also in some ways what the BJP had expected. 2 national pollsters have given NDA 2 seats in Tamil Nadu and between 1 and 3 seats in the state of Kerala.
That's right. We will go state by state, and we will deep dive into the exit poll numbers, because that's all we can do till tomorrow morning. And we will start with the state of Karnataka. As Vasudha pointed out, she's given you the numbers for Tamil Nadu and Kerala, which we will come to later. But first, Vasudha, let's look at the state of Karnataka. And the reason why we are starting with the state of Karnataka is because this is possibly the most politically crucial state for the Congress. This was the direct BJP-Congress battle, BJP-JDS versus Congress battle state. A state that the BJP swept in 2019 with 25 of 28 seats. In fact, one independent backed by the BJP also win, making it technically 26. Congress had only one MP there. And this time, buoyed by the assembly election result. And remember, Vasudha, most often most of the Congress's surge and campaign and confidence came after that enormous victory in Karnataka. The Congress hoped to do very well. But the exit polls seem to be giving a different picture. If we can just pick up on our screens the data from the exit polls, the poll of polls this is, says NDA 22, Congress 6. Now that means that the NDA is down from 25, but this is not what the Congress was looking for. It was hoping to make considerable damage in Karnataka to push its numbers up. So what does this mean if these exit poll numbers hold out? Because the Congress has given a very strong counter to these numbers as well. Those numbers on your screen have been countered by Congress and several other local pollsters in Bengaluru. Joining us this evening, Professor Sandeep Shastri, National Coordinator of Lok Niti Network, Shugata Srinivasaraju, Senior Journalist. Two people who understand Karnataka like the back of their hand. R.K. Radhakrishnan, Associate Editor, Frontline, also joins us from Chennai. Dhruv Jatti, spokesperson of the Karnataka Congress, will join us in a bit. Gopal Krishna Agarwal of the BJP joins us live. Manuraj Sundaram of the DMK joins us this evening. Professor Jyotsna Tirunageri, National Spokesperson of the TDP, and Hafiz Khan, YSRCP MLA. All of them here. We'll go state by state. But my first question to you, Professor Sandeep Shastri, in the state of Karnataka, given that there's been a very, very strong counter from the Congress, what does your own numbers from the CSDS Lok Niti poll indicate?
We have given the overall national picture in the Hindu today. Karnataka, we believe, is a much tighter race than what was projected. And a small clarification, if you are comparing the 2019, the NDA score would actually be 27, 25 plus 1
because
plus
JDS.
1. And even in the projections, that's a small climb down. But the question would be, is the NDA facing a small climb down or a big climb down in Karnataka? A lot would believe that the upper limit of some of the pollsters for the Congress is what seems to be more realistic. Right. While some would even suggest it could go into double digits. But I think there are two factors. One, what you said, the strong effort of the government in the state to try and focus on their promises. And number two, the dissidence which was there within the BJP also seems to have been working. Right. So these two factors, I think, explain the possibility of the Congress being at the upper levels in terms of the poll projections. Right.
Shugata sir, how do you see the Congress guarantees in this context? Because clearly these numbers are a big good news to the BJP, and Siddaramaiah also had been talking about Congress guarantees. He also presents a anti-Hindutva model to the state, and that was something that the Congress was in some ways presenting as its future, an opposition to the RSS. If the BJP manages to do well, if Modi continues to be popular in Karnataka, what does that mean for the Congress's own politics in the state of Karnataka?
See, thank you, Vasudha. See, the first thing that we need to remember is that in 2019 also, the Congress was in alliance with the JDS and was in power, and they still got the 2 seats that they got. So Karnataka, when it comes to Karnataka, guarantees, yes, it sort of created a kind of the byword nationally, in all manifestos, guarantee was something that originated from Karnataka and then went to Telangana and came nationally and became a very, very important kind of idea. But there have been problems with the implementation of the guarantees. There have been a bit of corruption associated with that. The last mile problems are there. But I don't think that has had anything to do with the elections.
Right.
I think it was more a caste combination that sort of, as like always in Karnataka, has played a very crucial role, and we see that getting reflected in the exit poll percentages. 80% of Lingayats going with the BJP, 70% of Okaligas going with the NDA, and then 40% of Kurubas going with NDA. So Modi factor is the OBC thing which has brought in. See, we shouldn't forget, Yediyurappa is a far bigger OBC leader in Karnataka because minus the Kurubas, the consolidation was behind Yediyurappa right from 2008.
So Shugata, since Shugata has mentioned the name Yediyurappa, Let's go across to Gopal Krishna Agarwal and put this question on the consequences if, and there's a big if these exit poll numbers hold true. If the BJP's exit poll numbers are 20 or around, though it's about 5 or 6 down from last time, would that mean a continuum in terms of the state leadership and the formula that has been arrived at as we head into perhaps the next assembly election? Does that mean that BY Vijendra and Yediyurappa have declared their stamp of authority over the BJP, if the numbers are true?
They are big leaders for the state, and Yediyurappa ji is also our member of the highest body, parliamentary board. So he is a very respected leader, and he has been working in Karnataka for the BJP for quite long. Vijendra also has been working on that from the last election, post-assembly election when he became the president of Bharatiya Janata Party. The thing is that when we lost the Karnataka state elections, definitely there were several analysis that went into our defeat in the Karnataka election, but also there was another awakening on the part of the voters from the Karnataka place. The thing is that if you see they had promised a lot. Congress had promised in their manifesto in the elections many things, but what they delivered, DK Shivkumar himself said that I have to divert more than 62,000 crores of funds for the development of Karnataka, Bangalore and other cities to fulfill those promises.
Right.
So people have understood this, that the Congress promises either they are not going to be fulfilled, or if at all they are going to be fulfilled, they will divert some funds which are already giving good results. So this is also an important factor. So whatever the exit poll is, but we are very confident that our state leadership has taken corrective steps. Central has also taken several steps where the state election results have been overcome.
Okay, let me take this question to Dhruv Jatti, who's the spokesperson of the Congress party. So what does this mean if... Okay, Dhruv Jatti will join us in a bit. R.K. Radhakrishnan, would you like to respond to this? If the Congress party does not manage to get about 15 seats or even 20 seats in Karnataka as it has been expecting, and the BJP manages with its 23 to 25 seats, what kind of setback is that for the Congress party? Because in Karnataka, the state is being seen as a laboratory for Congress's opposition parties' welfare promises. So clearly, this means that people have a problem with the Congress party's projection of its own delivery and credibility.
Thank you for the opportunity, Vasudha and Veera. The first thing is that I don't believe these numbers at all when it comes to Tamil Nadu, given the fact, and not just Tamil Nadu, entire of the South, given the fact that very, very, elementary mistakes were made. I mean, there are far too many to enumerate, so I'll not go into the details here. Obviously, if somebody is trying to tell us that the governance has no impact on the polling at all and it's only task that which has an impact, I would beg to differ. Obviously, yes, men go by tasks largely, but then there is a womanhood as well, and women have been getting money into their accounts. Of course, we'll know all these only by tomorrow, but I believe that a lot of these pollsters might have taken a shortcut, and as some of the pollsters from Karnataka themselves have explained that the numbers just won't hold because, multiple factors have gone wrong. Only one poll has put out the methodology, and even in that methodology, they made it very clear that about 69% were men and the rest were women. And they've, made it 50-50 by extrapolating the number of women, making the number of women to 50. And that the uneducated, the illiterate number was 15% when the national average is about 24. I mean, Karnataka's average is about 24 and national average is much bigger than that.
RK, we can, we can analyze the exit polls, but for the moment, we only have the exit polls to talk about. So let's just take them on face value for the moment and talk about it. Yes, we can go into a deep dive analysis of exit polls tomorrow if they don't hold. But Dhruv Jatti of the Congress joins us. Dhruv, would you describe Karnataka as possibly the most important symbolic state for the Congress, because it was the one state, the Congress versus BJP, where the Congress really hoped to reverse or dent the BJP's 2019 performance. Dare I say that even there, the Congress was not hoping for a full sweep, but did hope a good performance in terms of numbers, which it's not had since 2004. Is this a worry? Have the exit polls worried you?
Not necessarily. I think we fought a hard and a tough election in Karnataka. And there was some criticism around the guarantees. For anybody who's covered the Karnataka elections or who has been on ground reporting the Karnataka elections, for sure knows that the guarantees was the Congress party's biggest strength while campaigning. Now, when you come to the numbers, like you said, 2004, 19, they were single-digit elections for the Congress. But this election in 2024 is promising for the simple reason that it is a double-digit election, and we are extremely confident of crossing the double-digit mark, like our KPCC president, Shri D.K. Shivkumar ji, has said earlier. So this is, in fact, the mood within the Congress party. And RK ji had earlier pointed out very interestingly about the numbers, and those numbers of how the percentage of female voters in the surveys were quite less. And I can assure you that there have been a lot of secret guarantee votes in which, a lot of pollsters might have gotten wrong during this time. Double digit it is for Congress in Karnataka, and I can tell you that this is by far the best election that the Congress has had in the state in the last 10 years or even the last 15 years, in fact.
So you're saying it's the best election that the Congress has had in the state over the last 10 or 15 years. Vasudha, let's now go south trotting and move away from Karnataka, because that's not our only focus state. Let's move to the state of Tamil Nadu. This was a BJP push state where the BJP wanted a symbolic win and vote share, led by the Tamil Nadu BJP president Annamalai. The DMK, considering it the bastion, hoping for a 39-0. What have the exit polls said so far on Tamil Nadu? Total 39 seats. NDA 3 is the poll of polls. Of course, there could be some which were extreme and some which are on the other side. So a poll of polls may not necessarily be the fair one to take. But yet, these are the poll of polls amongst all the exit polls that have come out. INDIA Alliance 34, which was expected but would be again a disappointment for the DMK. AIA DMK +1. So the lesson that seems to be coming from the exit polls in Tamil Nadu, Vasudha, and we can put that across to Manuraj Sundaram, is that even if the numbers don't hold good, Manu, it seems like the BJP seems to be gaining traction and emerging as possibly the second player in the state. May not be in terms of vote shares, because the BJP is a concentrated vote share, but the threat seems to be real as far as the exit polls are concerned.
Actually, I think I would concede that the BJP has already won big time in Tamil Nadu, Veera Raghav. And this is because even a very well-seasoned journalist such as yourself, you've spoken about BJP in such glowing terms and have totally ignored that the second largest party in Tamil Nadu is the AIADMK. So in a sense, you could argue that they have won. But this victory is short-lived, because tomorrow, when the actual numbers are counted in the ballot boxes across the state of Tamil Nadu, I do feel very strongly that the BJP will come third. So, building on RK's point as well, it doesn't seem like a lot of the poll agencies, and we as opposition parties, we've been fighting against most independent, neutral agencies over the last 9-10 years. But these polling agencies as well, it seems like they are only now looking at not whether BJP will reach 400, but what are the numbers we must put together so the BJP can reach 400, right? And that is why you see a lot of these numbers being exaggerated to an extent that is very hard to believe or digest by any of us. We've been watching elections for 15, 16 years, most of us here, and some of us even longer. BJP, there is no way they will be the second largest party. The fact that we've spent so much time talking about BJP in the context of Tamil Nadu itself shows that they have captured a lot of media space. And look, I'm not begrudging you for this. I think that is generally the nature of BJP. That is their strategy. The electoral strategy is to more focus on top-level media management as opposed to really work on the grounds. The fact is, Veera Raghav, they don't have the cadre, they don't have the agents, the booth agents, the polling agents, the counting agents tomorrow for all all the booths that they have themselves contested in. Of course, will the vote share go up for the BJP?
Right.
It certainly will, because they're contesting in way
Manu,
more.
there was also a very interesting tweet by the Prime Minister today on the anniversary, on the birth anniversary of Kalainar Karunanidhi, and I wanted to ask you, what is the future of the DMK? Here, BJP guys informally also talk about how the DMK is going to perform well. It's probably the only opposition party that could be doing better than other opposition parties. So in some circles, there is this doubt and there is this apprehension. Why is the DMK taking the Congress along when it seems to be a declining force and you seem to be still strong in your state?
Well, the Congress and the DMK have an alliance based on ideological lines. It is not about who's stronger, who's weaker at the moment. It is about the future of India, how democracy will survive these last 10 years, whether democracy will survive these last 10 years, whether institutions which have been repaired beyond measure can be revived. I think that question doesn't matter who's taking whom. It is about who are we walking alongside with, and we are very happy, we are very proud. We have the utmost respect for the Congress leadership. And don't forget, Vasudha, Congress has and Mr. Rahul Gandhi especially has the highest favorables across all states in India in Tamil Nadu. The Congress is still very much a force to reckon with here, in spite of how it is made to be. It is not that the BJP has suddenly, pushed Congress to the back. The Congress is contesting 9 seats in Tamil Nadu because it's part of a much more larger umbrella alliance. BJP is running a ragtag alliance, they're contesting 20
But Manu, somehow that doesn't reflect in seat sharing arrangements ever as far as the Congress is concerned. We leave that for the moment in terms of the seats that you allocate. Let's move across now to the other politically crucial state, and then we'll get all our analysts to weigh in on it, because this is the state of Andhra Pradesh, which has both a parliamentary election as well as an assembly election simultaneously going in. In Andhra Pradesh, as far as the parliamentary election is concerned, the poll of polls suggest YSRCP with 7 seats, NDA with 18, INDIA, which is represented by the Congress there, with no seat. As far as the Andhra State Assembly elections is concerned, total 175 assembly seats that are there in that state. YSRCP at 95 is the poll of polls. BJP, TDP, Janasena, there seems to be some mistake there. We'll have to revise those numbers. We'll work on those numbers and put that up again. So the numbers seem to be much tighter, Jyotsna Tirunagiri, as far as the assembly election is concerned. Is there a worry for the TDP that while the parliamentary election may go your way, the assembly election could be an extremely delicate balance?
Good evening, Raghav. I don't think it's a delicate balance. We are clear. Both Parliament and Assembly, both of it, we are winning. And it's not any tight fight or something like that in Assembly. It's going to be a clear win for us. And a very huge margin win for us, Veda. That's what we have been seeing for the past 2 days in most of the exit polls. And also, yes, when it comes to Andhra Pradesh, even if we go with the Parliament numbers, let's assume, when we talk about one parliament segment, we have 7 assembly segments in it, right? So of which, if we take even that particular logic also, so obviously the highest number of parliament segments we are conquering, and even that logic works for the assembly segments. And okay, if I keep everything apart, what is the mood of the people in the state of Andhra Pradesh? They want a change. They want a positive change. They don't want any sort of wrong things that have happened in the state, unemployment issue, the economic mismanagement, the law and order issue. They don't want to see anything of this now. They have seen enough for the past 5 years. So they want a change in the government, and they want a positive change in the government. It's very clear. Whether we talk about the pre-poll surveys or the polling day surveys or the exit polls, what we are calling now, the mood of the people of Andhra Pradesh is very clear. They want a change.
YSRCP joins us. So would you like to respond to that? Also, Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy was seen as someone very close, in some ways very obedient to the central leadership of the BJP, and it was Chandrababu Naidu who shared, not a very easy relationship with Narendra Modi and of course Amit Shah, but clearly the alliance seems to be working in the favor of NDA. Do you regret not having a formal alliance with the BJP? Of course, that wouldn't have happened considering your voter basis, but do you regret not stalling the alliance between TDP, JSP and of course BJP?
Good evening, everyone. First of all, YSR Congress Party, since its inception, has gone alone. Whether it is 2014 election, we had a chance to align with BJP, which we didn't win. 2019, we had an option, we didn't win. 2024, we had the option, we didn't win. Our leader believes that we should fight the elections on our own work, and that's how we have gone to the people. And all these surveys, what they are saying, with due respect to all the survey teams, I would like to differ with them. Wherein I would like to tell the audience from you is the rural women in AP, they don't share their opinion freely. And the survey teams have not been able to go to that level of village level women folks. And women opinion is not captured nor reflected in the survey is what we believe. Second thing is the kind of rural development and infrastructure development that we have done with respect to government schools, government hospitals, Grama Ward, Sachivalayam volunteer system, wherein each and every beneficiary get all the benefits at their doorsteps, Raitu Bharosa Kendras, and we have invested a lot with respect to schemes in handholding of the farmers, women empowerment for education of the students. So we have a very positive mindset that we will sweep Andhra Pradesh elections with respect to Assembly and Lok Sabha as well.
Okay,
so
as you make that
we can talk again tomorrow, and already you have given us the lead.
As you make that point, I mean, this is the one state where the Sandeep Shastri, quick comment from you before we slip into the break and come back for the other two states, Telangana and Kerala. This is the one state where the assembly election result seems to be far, far closer than the Lok Sabha election result. Lok Sabha seems to be a clean win for the BJP, TDP, JSP alliance. Does that mean again that there is a fair distinction between those two if these polls are to be true?
Not only that, Virat, if this exit poll is to be what we see tomorrow, it's a historical verdict because never before in a simultaneous poll have you seen one party getting a majority in the Lok Sabha poll and one party getting a majority in the assembly poll. So the exit poll tries to project that, and I'm quite surprised at that because that has never ever happened before. And of course,
but the polls are very divided. Some are giving a TDP win, the JSP win, some are giving this, but the parliamentary polls seem to be more.
The parliamentary poll seems to be clear, and I think the assembly polls may not mirror the parliamentary polls, but they may mirror the direction that they are going.
Correct.
Okay, Dhruv Chetty, one last question to you. Do you regret not really reaching out to TDP? Because Chandrababu Naidu for a long time was waiting for an answer from the BJP.
I think the Congress in Andhra has run a very sharp election again. And we all know as to why Chandrababu Naidu's alliance with the BJP was holding. It's quite a known fact. So we weren't quite dependent on Chandrababu Naidu's alliance, and the Congress has ran a good election in Andhra Pradesh, and we're confident of doing well over there as well.
Okay.
All right, you're saying you're confident of doing well. Exit polls, all numbers that we have at the moment, we'll all get back to all these conversations tomorrow, Vasudha, at around this time tomorrow. We'll have all the numbers out. There'll be no speculation. You'll have, hopefully, says Sandeep Shastri. We'll take a very short break. When we come back, the states, politically crucial states of Telangana and Kerala for the Congress, and comments from our panelists.
Welcome back. All exit polls have predicted a comfortable win, in fact a big win for the BJP, and they've also said that the NDA could be coming back with an improved mandate for the third term. We are discussing all the southern states here, and on to Telangana now, the southern state of Telangana, 17 states in all. The poll of polls that NDTV has done has predicted 8 seats for the BJP. This is massive gain for the BJP that won 4 seats in 2019. In the assembly elections that was held last year, the Congress won comfortably. Revanth Reddy-led Congress actually stormed to power, and Revanth Reddy is also the Chief Minister of Telangana. But while it was expected that Revanth Reddy-led Congress could do well in Telangana, most exit polls are giving Congress party about 7 seats, which is about 1 seat less than the BJP. The BRS, which actually swept the state in 2019, has been reduced to just 1 seat. And of course, one...
The others is AIMIM.
Yes, the Hyderabad seat goes to Mr. Owaisi. That is what it is. But of course, this is a state state where the BJP is poised to make huge gains, apart from the states of Odisha and West Bengal. With us, of course, we have Sandeep Shastri and Professor Shugata Srinivasa Raju. Professor Shastri, how do you see, why is it so easy for the BJP to do so well in the state of Telangana? Is it the Nizam factor?
If it does well.
Yes, if it does well.
Now, we are in that land between ifs and buts. So,
Yes.
given that, the difference this time in a Lok Sabha poll in Telangana is the voter in Telangana is looking at government to be formed nationally. And therefore, possibly that puts the BJP at an advantage. When you had an assembly poll, the possibility of the Congress versus BRS competition was there. And that put Congress at an advantage. So very much like Karnataka, possibly the Telangana voter makes a difference between a Lok Sabha poll and an assembly poll. And if the exit polls were to be right, that's what for me explains the BJP being ahead in a Lok Sabha poll.
And let's not forget that this was another state where the Congress was extremely buoyant. Revant Reddy was meeting journalists around breakfast saying that 10 seats for sure we're going to get. The Congress was very confident. Dhruv Jati, it's a symbolic battle, and the exit poll numbers are purely just still in the land of if and buts. But if this holds and the BJP is able to gain more, because it was always said that the BJP is the one that could gain from the BRS erstwhile vote. The decline of the BRS benefits the BJP. Is that worrying sign for state politics in Telangana for the Congress? Quick response.
Not necessarily. I think you look at Karnataka and Telangana both together, the guarantees have played out extremely well over there, and state governments are extremely stable. There's no question of that. What I'd like to say over here is that Modi came and campaigned very strongly in both state elections, and his cult of personality didn't work, neither in Karnataka nor in Telangana. And I differ with the fact that the voters are going to vote differently, because the guarantees have reached the beneficiaries. People are happy with it, especially rural female voters. And Telangana, just like Karnataka, is going to be on its way to double digits. And that's what the Congress party is expecting.
Gopal Krishna Agarwal, what would this mean for your party's dismissal of this North-South divide that the Prime Minister has often spoken about? Now, if the party manages to do well in Karnataka and also in Telangana, if the exit poll numbers are to stand true, what does that mean for your party, the way it looks at the South of India, especially with regard to the opposition's narrative on the South of India?
Vasudha, it's very important that if we have discussed 4 states now, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra, and now Telangana on the south. You see, every state BJP has got for a different strategy and a different state-specific strategy. If Andhra, we have aligned with Chandrababu Naidu. Tamil Nadu, we have done our own. Annamalai had a strong pitch. Then in the Karnataka, we aligned with JDS. Then Telangana, we already, in the last election, we had thought that in the state assembly elections, our performance that time, it was a very high-pitched campaign that we went for to the interiors and every places. So the thing is that South has an important dimension for BJP. This time, Prime Minister has emphatically put a lot of stake on the South, and we wanted to expand our in different states in the South, and every state had a different strategy. And if you look into the number of from where we started and what we have achieved, it's a big jump on all the states. Obviously, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, except Karnataka, other places, even on the Kerala, the BJP has done quite well with a big leap in the vote.
While you make that point, and I want to get quickly R.K. Radhakrishnan and Shugata Srinivasa Raju here, irrespective of whether these numbers hold, first to you, R.K. Radhakrishnan, is it the fact that, you know, even in a state like Karnataka or Telangana, where the Congress says it's going to do well, it is not able to, you know, do as well as when the BJP declares a sweep, which is 25 seats. The realities are, it's still struggling to fight that space, whereas in the northern states, the BJP is sweeping. Is that a real Achilles heel for the Congress? Quickly, R.K. Radhakrishnan and then Shugata Srinivasa Raju.
Absolutely, Veera. It's going to be a problem, because as long as you don't have enough resources, enough agencies at your command, it's very difficult to do much with an overbearing pressure and the kind of pressure that you bring. Of course, you have DK and Vistara on one hand and Revant Reddy trying to do their best, but then they are handicapped by the fact that they have multiple things to cater to, including ED cases and whatnot, right in their houses and relatives and their well-wishers and their supporters.
Right. Shugata sir, two interesting people here. One is, of course, KCR and Revant Reddy.
Right.
What explains, the declining force that BRS is right now? Because just about 2 years ago, he was having these huge convoys of cars going across the country, projecting himself as, an alternative to Narendra Modi. And of course, Revant Reddy, who's really not a very congressman because, BJP often talks about him being, sharing roots with ABVP. And he's also not really seen as very critical of Narendra Modi. So explain to us how these two people are so important to the future and of course the presence of Telangana.
First KCR, Vasudha. See, I don't think the BRS is a spent force. If you look at the vote percentage that they could garner in the assembly elections, it doesn't look like they're over. See, I increasingly get a feeling that they've consciously sat out of this election for various reasons. So, and it's a triangular contest there. So, I mean, there may be a lot of...
in an assembly election, it will be different.
Absolutely. There may be a lot of calculations. You should not forget that Kavita is in jail. Yeah. And, there are lots of give and take that is happening. So it's a political decision. I don't think the party, a regional party like BRS, although I was completely aghast and shocked when they changed their name. They should have remained TRS. I think there would be greater traction. So he built a national ambition which was completely unwieldy. So, but I don't think it's an over. It's a spent force.
The 2018 Shugata there when he swept that election, when he turned it into BRS because he needed a narrative.
And a thing about the welfarist schemes. Telangana offering it, or Tamil Nadu has been very high on welfarist projects. Yes. Karnataka guarantees. See, the South is not alien to welfarist projects because the South is cash rich. The voters have been fed with a lot of welfare programs, unlike the North. It may be a new concept in the North, and when the Congress took it to Madhya Pradesh or Chhattisgarh, it didn't work for them, or Rajasthan. But in the South, I think that is an equalizing thing. Yeah. People start thinking beyond that. Okay, this is our right, we have got it. So next, what is the issue? It's the caste. And BJP, mind you, in the South, in the last 2 years, has started working like a Mandal party. It gets its caste equations right, it gets its caste alliances right. So it's not working like a party which works on a flat agenda in the north of India. Right. So it's a completely different party in the south. So that's the kind of management that they've done.
As you make that point, R.K. Radhakrishnan, a very quick question to you on Tamil Nadu, because when you talk of populist schemes and freebies, it's sort of, a lot of it originates, the origins go back to Tamil Nadu. In fact, even in terms of manifesto, it was the 2006 DMK manifesto, which was considered the first one which sort of gave away color TVs to people. In a larger sense, and I know you question the exit poll numbers, but if these numbers are true, and even if the direction is true, is this a warning bell even for regional parties? Because the BJP is building boots on the ground. It may not have the numbers in terms of seats, but it's definitely trying to build boots on the ground, whether it's Tamil Nadu or the next state that we're going to go to, Kerala.
Which is his own state.
Absolutely right. Because see, what the BJP does and what the Congress did not do over a period of time, or for 70 years or whatever we would call it, is the fact that once the BJP came to power at the center, both Amit Shah and Modi concentrated on building the party for 10 years. And you would see 2019, soon after the elections were over, what was their emphasis? Their emphasis was on the next election. Their emphasis was on the roadshow. Things like this don't happen, as a coincidence. It requires a kind of building up, which they learned from a lot of other political parties, including the DMK. Incidentally, today is the birth anniversary, centenary of Mr. Karunanidhi, who single-handedly built the party from when it was in government to being in the opposition for 13 years. He kept the party was sat out 3 elections and then came back. So that is the kind of experience that the BJP has learned from, including states like Tamil Nadu, and there is no taking away from that.
Okay. Okay, we will also get you back on Kerala, which is your own home state. 20 seats here. Poll of polls have predicted 16 seats for the UDF. Remember, even in 2019, which was the first time that Rahul Gandhi contested from Wayanad, the UDF had swept all but one seats in Kerala. Poll of polls that the NDTV has done is also predicting just about 3 seats for the LDF. But the interesting part is most polls have predicted at least 2 to 3 seats, 1 to 3 seats for the BJP, for the NDA. Remember that the BJP has fielded 2 ministers, Rajiv Chandrasekhar and also V. Muralidharan from the state of Kerala. Rajiv Chandrasekhar is contesting from Thiruvananthapuram and V. Muralidharan from Artingal.
Right.
So clearly this would be a big gain for the BJP if it manages to open an account in the state of Kerala, where it has historically never managed to win a single seat.
Right, you're right, Vasudha, because this is one of those catchment states. Sandeep Shastri, and I'll get Sugata Srinivasa Raju as well, because Sugata has been very keenly pointing about Kerala for a while now, and then we'll go to the Malayali on the panel, which is half Malayali, dare I say, more Tamilian, less Malayali, R.K. Radhakrishnan, but Sandeep Shastri.
I think the Kerala exit poll is fascinating. The question is whether the UDF is benefiting from Rahul's presence or Rahul is benefiting from the UDF presence in the state. But the fact that the numbers are down in the exit polls in Kerala from 19 to 15, 16, and the LDF is making its entry once again, I think is an important development. And I think everybody is keenly going to watch this projection that the BJP is going to make its presence from Kerala in the Lok Sabha. Yeah. Now that's a very interesting trend. I think past indicators said that vote share would increase, but seat may not be there. Okay. And will that be challenged as the exit poll suggests?
Let's get a quick
Correct
comment.
me if I'm wrong, Vasudha. You cover the BJP very closely. Their hopes, while in Tamil Nadu was a symbolic battle, it was in Kerala that they wanted to show that they can win a seat.
Absolutely, that's actually right. Let's ask Gopal Krishna Agarwal that, Mr. Agarwal, for many years we've heard that RSS has maximum number of shakhas in the state of Kerala. In the last few years, we've seen the battle for Sabrimala. We've also seen this whole narrative, this whole reality, the fight, the violence between SFI activists and, of course, RSS members. So clearly, if the BJP manages to win even a single seat, be it Thrissur or Pathanamthitta, how would the party feel about it, sir?
Kerala and Tamil Nadu are 2 states which are very important for our own overall national strategy, because we consider them to be culturally very much diverse and very much evolved, those states. And therefore, you also mentioned that Kerala, the whole parivar, has deep roots into that. And the biggest fight with always BJP had was with the communist ideological. The only party that has some ideology left in the political arena except BJP is communist. So there was a big conflict between BJP and RSS. We had fight with them in West Bengal, Tripura. They were decimated in West Bengal. The communist ideology is not out.
Okay,
Kerala
Dhruv,
is the only bastion, and therefore
Dhruv has a point to make. Dhruv, go ahead.
And therefore, we have put a lot of energy, and we hope that the cultural content of the Kerala will benefit, and our groundwork to convert our activities on the ground into vote this time will give better results.
Okay, Dhruv, make your point.
Yeah, see, Congress is going to hold on the same number of seats that it had in the last election. I feel this entire Kerala BJP narrative is quite overhyped. The fact that you're projecting 1 seat for them in Kerala and ignoring the fact that they're going to be losing more than 10 to 11 seats in Karnataka, that's something that should be, talked about, which is more relevant. And when you speak about, the South and BJP gaining, it shows that they're in fact losing a larger number of seats in Karnataka as well.
So here's the deal, Dhruv. I was just doing the math. Last time, 29 of 131 seats was with the BJP from the southern states. This time, because if the losses in Karnataka are what the exit polls predict and the gains are what the exit polls predict, Dhruv, then the BJP actually may have a better number. The Congress will also have a better number because it's increasing its tally in Karnataka.
And you also have to compare the vote share for which we were...
So we leave that. I just want to get Sugata very quickly on the symbolic significance of Kerala and then go to R.K. Radhakrishnan. Sugata.
Yeah, Veera, both Kerala and Tamil Nadu for the BJP is about symbolism, because on the one hand you have communism, which is completely antithetical to what they think should be the politics of India, and then there is Dravidianism. Both are based on rational external ideologies is what they categorize them as. So it is fascinating to see the BJP fight a completely opposite end of ideological game, and I still think that politically they are just about entering this space. And Kerala, they think there's a greater opportunity for the simple reason that there are two minorities there, two dominant minorities. One is the Christians and the other one is the Muslims. So probably they think that the Christians are slightly more, moving towards them, or at least a small percentage is moving towards them, which will tilt the balance. That is the hope. That's the hope that is being created.
We'll take that to RK. RK, that was spoken about, especially in central Kerala, in seats like Thrissur, that there was a definite experiment by the RSS to reach out and build an alliance with the Christian community. Is this election a test of that?
Not happening, Veera. Obviously, that is the outreach, obviously, yes. But that is restricted to a couple of bishops who are in the clutches of the law. But you take the Syrian Melbourne Church or the Catholic Church or the Latin Church, any of those churches, they are not with Modi at all or with BJP at all. In fact, they all have political parties, and those political parties have aligned themselves either with the left front or the Congress front. Yes, I would rather go by what the Panorama polls have to say, 16 to 18 to the UDF, and anything between 2 and 4 to the LDF. It doesn't give BJP an opening at all. If there is an opening to the BJP, and if BJP has actually made inroads, there is no need to field Suresh Gopi from Thrissur. Thrissur is a place where in 2019, just 30 days before poll, Suresh Gopi contested and he managed 31st of the votes. I don't see, Suresh Gopi going much beyond 30%. But at the same time, Thrissur is also a place where RSS has very strong roots. In fact, I come from some 30 kilometers north, a place called Shornur. And that is also a place where, and Palakkad, of course, Palakkad is the only place where BJP actually has a municipal chairman. So these are places where BJP is very, very strong, and unfortunately they still have to import actors and other notables from other places to field to try and make an election of it.
Right. Sudha, I think the message is also that the UDF is on pole as far as Kerala is concerned, as in the LDFs reach out into. I think the only worry for the Congress is if the BJP wins by itself.
Absolutely. And Shukata said, what would this mean for Pinarayi Vijayan? Because he's also seen as a very powerful leader. He, created history when he came back to power in 2021, despite 2019 giving more seats to UDF. And also your closing remarks on what these elections would mean.
30 seconds each, all of you.
So the Pinarayi Vijayan, I thought they would do better this time, because the kind of candidate selection that had happened, you had Shailaja teacher, you had the former...
And he did a whole yatra before the election.
Absolutely. And then there was the exchange of words between Rahul Gandhi and Pinarayi Vijayan. It was quite a fascinating battle to watch.
The famous Amul Baby.
Amul Baby kind of a thing being recalled, and all that was there.
As RK Radhakrishnan pointed out, Pappu remark was made in Kerala, he says.
Oh, right, okay. So, but from what I gather from the exit polls, again, a if and but kind of a thing, it seems that it looks like the LDF has pulled down the margins of the UDF. So even Wayanad, they say, the numbers have come down a little. So we have to wait and watch as to how that is going to sort of play out.
The overall southern picture, Professor Shastri.
Veera, we have focused in the last 1 hour on the south. And if the exit polls are to be believed, there is a gentle breeze in the south, which is matching the north-central western monsoon, which the BJP seems to be benefiting from. And that is something I will closely watch tomorrow. Is that gentle breeze in the south visible, and how strong it is?
Last 30 seconds to you, RK Radhakrishnan, before I get the two politicians to do their 30 seconds each.
I believe the opinion polls are only a way to distract the counting agents and to try and influence them and say, look, anyway, BJP is winning. Why do you want to...
These are exit polls, they're not opinion polls. So clearly the
let's just talk about what we have in front of us at the moment. Dhruv Jati, your closing 30 seconds. The Congress's southern picture.
Specifically to Karnataka, I think the exit polls have gotten it horribly wrong. Karnataka, you're going to see anywhere that is a double-digit mark that can even reach up to more than 15 to 16. And there are a lot of swing votes, especially the guarantee votes, and I'm sure those are going to translate to numbers tomorrow. Right.
Mr. Agarwal, the Prime Minister has often said that this time the BJP is going to be the single largest party in the south of India. How much of that could be true tomorrow?
South has been always important because the Congress, when this campaign started, there was a narrative that they wanted to build about north-south divide, and that was big hurt to the national integration and national unity. And I think the outreach that Prime Minister made in the south, the Bharatiya Janata Party went all out to include that, break that narrative, and this outcome will be an important positivity on that side, that there is no such thing as north-south divide. It's a divide and rule policy which will be completely annihilated.
We are completely out of time. We have all these comments recorded, so we'll cross-check them at the end of the day on 4th June. Who's won, who's lost, who knows?
Yes, and tomorrow is an important day. While all exit polls have predicted a big win for the BJP and NDA, it remains to be seen if these exit poll numbers would be true.
Thanks for watching. And keep watching our live and continuing coverage, counting down to counting day and then on counting day.